problem for you. You may, if you wish, consult a scientist or nearby NFL spokesperson to assist you. Okay? Question mark. Here's the question. Would you rather play football on grass, comma, that tall green stuff in your backyard, comma, or play football on concrete, that stuff in your front yard that your ex-wife parks her boyfriend's Mercedes on, question mark, and it's signed Fred Dreyer of Studio City. Well,
there it is.
You had to be caustic,
I'm in the record books. I'm in the record books.
You had to use the line about the boyfriend parking on the cement.
Of course. I know I know the people I'm talking to.
It's politically incorrect now because we all know there was drought in California, so there is no tall green stuff. There's just AstroTurf in the backyard.
Whatever it is you can remember of grass, what it looked like. Everybody has their own interpretation of what grass is.
Did anybody answer this letter when you wrote this back? This is way ahead of your time.
I'm not sure.
This is way ahead of your time when you wrote
I just write them, send them in, and I move on. I don't know who pays attention or not.
That's pretty darn good. And you've talked about the problems with AstroTurf.
Well, it's still ongoing. You've got several injuries this year that were critical directly because of AstroTurf.
I also looked around. Can I read one more letter?
Oh, please.
This is actually a column. This comes to us from a little older back. This goes October 11th, 1994. This is over 20 years old. Oh. And Alan Malamud, who was one of the great sports writers of our time, wrote, he said, notes on a scorecard. And here's one of his thoughts. He said, what is the most difficult single game record to break in the NFL book? Pause. Fred Dreyer's 2 safeties made by the Ram defensive end against the Green Bay Packers on October 21st, 1973 at the Coliseum. And then he goes on to say, as for these Rams, the reason they get outscored in the second half almost every week might be that the opposition gets a wake-up call after taking them too lightly. Or at least it could be the defenses come to the conclusion that if you stop Jerome Bettis, well, you've stopped the Rams. So apparently he's criticizing the Rams as he goes along here with this. But he mentions you in this article here about your record, which still stands to this day.
Well, we always talk about it. 44 years.
44 years.
Yeah, it'll never be broke.
2 safeties in one game in the same quarter.
Yep, that's right.
Unbelievable.
But here's the difference. By one player. A lot of people have scored, safeties. But if you individually score 2 safeties in one game, that's a record.
That is a record.
I've got 3, I think 3 or 4 total in my career.
It's amazing. And so this is a record that will withstand the test of time.
I think so.
Yeah. And you that was at the Coliseum when you did that, so it was on regular turf, it wasn't on AstroTurf.
That's correct.
That's good.
Yeah. So,
any other letters or anything we have here? These are kind of fun to read something. You feel every once in a while compelled, before you did your radio show, which you do now here on the Sports Lounge, to write to the letters of the editor, but you don't do that anymore, right?
Well, nobody, you can post stuff. Now, I would post that, nowadays.
Yeah.
I would Facebook it or squiggle it on, Twitter. I'd Twitter it. But, for the most part, it gets out there. Alan Malamud was a good friend of mine, and a good guy. And I got talking to him one day, and he said, "Hey, send me something." I said, okay, here it is.
And you put that in there. And his brother was a tax guy. He used to do taxes for a lot of people. Alan Malamud's brother.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, he used to do Sweet Dick Whittington's taxes. I remember that. Lloyd, I think it was Lloyd Malamud. I think it was the brother.
Really?
Yeah, it's a little trivia question I threw out to you. I'm a little excited myself here on the show because, a lot of people have been let go from broadcasting here recently due to sexual, some sort of problems that they've had over.
You have insight to that, don't you?
Yeah, I do a little bit. Misappropriate sexual information. So I'll tell you. I'll unveil it in the show later. We've got a new network.
Just before you get started.
Yes.
I know you got a nice little piece there.
Yes.
I so far have not been molested.
Good. Because my new network is SMRN. It's the Sexual Misconduct Radio Network.
Perfect.
And I got Charlie Rose and Matt Lauer in mornings. I got Bill O'Reilly afternoons. I got Harvey Weinstein doing movie news for you and personal hygiene. He'll be our editor there. I've got Al Franken as our news director, news from Al Franken. We got Kevin Spacey doing sports.
Oh, wait a minute.
Yeah, he plays a lot of stuff. He likes all sort of sports and everything,
Yeah, well,
things the baseball, football. He likes a lot of things.
Ball oriented.
And And then we've got overnight. We've got Louis C.K. doing the evening show, and overnights we have Bill Clinton with a new hot Dateline show.
Oh, that's a
It's gonna
good choice.
That'll be a good one.
Bill's a good choice.
So I'm really excited. We'll be announcing that soon here when that network gets underway.
Well, I got to just tell you, I just have to add this to this. I'm really happy for you because I know
Thank
you steamed over it for the last hour or two.
yeah, I did. I did. So it'll be great. We'll have it good. Yeah.
And that segues into
We got a lot of sports stuff to talk about here. I know you're going to talk a little bit about USC in our next segment here. We're going to talk a little bit about that. We have to Colin Kaepernick has got a new gig, but it's not.
Are we still talking about this guy? He's so irrelevant. Is it
football.
irrelevant?
Did he spend all
I
his
think it's
money
irrelevant.
already? He made some pretty good cash there when he was playing football, and he walked.
Well,
out
he's
on his
giving
last
money
year.
away. God
Is he?
Yeah, he's. I guess he's putting his money where his mouth is. He's donating money to causes and showing
that's
up.
good. See,
showing
that's
up.
what he should have
Isn't
done.
he showing up here? He's showing up somewhere.
He's showing up somewhere. He's been out of a job for nearly a year, but he's looking to Hollywood now because. Well, we'll hold it off.
Oh, is he going to get a
Maybe.
TV show?
I think.
Is that what he's going to do?
I don't think he. Look at when you quit football, and I know you
I was
personally
fired.
as a
I was
friend.
fired.
When
I was
you
fired.
fired,
They ran me out of
When
there.
they ran you out of the Rams, you went to school. I mean, you gave up. You were doing a color commentary on the CBS on the NFL. You went to acting school to learn your craft, and that's why you became one of the consummate great actors during the golden age of television and Hunter and all the other good
Well,
shows.
I mean, look, you have to figure out what you want to do and double up on it. I worked as a color commentator for CBS, and then I also at the same time went to acting class.
They wanted you to come back, and you said no because
Yeah,
you
they
wanted to
offered me a
pursue-
3-year contract, actually.
They did. And
Yeah.
you walked out just
And
like
I said,
Colin Kaepernick?
I would rather put my efforts towards something I really want to do.
And of course, the birth of the Hunter TV show.
Exactly.
We'll be right back in the Sports Lounge. Fred Dry and I want to tell you about Blue Apron. This is a way you can really cook with the right kind of foods, right? They send all this to your home, don't they, Fred?
Yeah. Yes, they do. And they knock on your door, and you open it up, and there's a bunch of food in there. You can just go to your kitchen and cook it up.
It's fresh. It's guaranteed to be fresh, and they have so many great food ideas and food meals together. And you can get, listen to this, you can get this week's menu, your first 3 meals absolutely free and free shipping if you go to blueapron.com/dryer, DRYER. You've got your apron on. You going to be doing some cooking tonight?
Yeah, I've got 2 aprons. One's in the dry cleaners, and I got one home in the laundry, but I'm ready to roll.
You're going to love how this Blue Apron, how the food tastes, how it feels. You go to blueapron.com/dryer, and that's Blue Apron. They send the food right to your house. Remember, you get your first 3 meals free with free shipping if you go to the website blueapron.com/dryer, DRYER.
The smartest way for you to get the lowest prices on your plane tickets, domestic or international, is to call SmartFares first or last, but you've got to call us before you book your plane tickets. Fly anywhere in the world, fly anywhere in the U.S., and SmartFares can save you up to 75% on your plane tickets. We have the lowest airline ticket prices on over 500 airlines, and you've got a great 12-hour free cancellation window. Plus, with our live agent help, you can always get fast help and fast answers. So on your next trip, maybe today, maybe tomorrow, how about right now? Pick up your phone and call SmartFares, plus save up to 75% on your plane reservation. So call right now. 800-915-2644, 800-915-2644, 800-915-2644, 800-915-2644.
You order a glass of your favorite Cabernet, fresh asparagus, hollandaise on the side, a filet, medium rare. You unfurl your napkin with a flair, close your eyes, and prepare to listen. Ah, there it is. The sweet music you long to hear. The sizzle. The sizzle of a Ruth's Chris steak.
The most magnificent corn-fed prime beef, broiled to perfection at 1800 degrees. Some call it a sizzle. We call it an anthem.
As the waiter approaches, you think, is this one mine or that one?
Ruth's Chris Steakhouse. Like Ruth always said, Life's too short to eat anywhere else.
Make a reservation online at RootsChris.com or by calling 800-544-0808.
We are back in the Sports Lounge, coming to you from CRN Digital Talk Radio. Every week at this time, here's truly Michael Horn, the one and only acting legend from Hunter, Land's End, Crisis, Agent X, you just name it. He's done it. Great movies. Got your new movie out, right, on the website?
Highway 395 is smoking.
Go to freddryer.co and check that one out. freddryer, DRYER.co.
We've been getting a lot of purchases from people on Facebook.
So there you have it. We've been talking about this show on Facebook, and the lounge is here with you, as I mentioned, each and every week. And the one and only acting legend, the football legend, played with the New York Giants, was there for just a heartbeat with the Patriots, and, of course, with the Rams, the one and only Fred Dryer. Now,
Thank you.
We mentioned that just before the break, that Colin Kaepernick is apparently trying to follow in your shoes since he's hung it up and no one's signing him to be quarterback.
Yeah.
He's got a new gig. Apparently there's a well-known, we don't know who, but a well-known casting director posted on a message board for managers and agents last week asking for someone representing Colin Kaepernick to get in touch with him. Casting director is currently working on a TV pilot, more notably a Pepsi commercial-inspired movie called Uncle Drew. And the sports legends like Shaq, Reggie Miller, Chris Webber, Lisa Leslie going to be in this film. It's unclear the role that they're looking for Colin Kaepernick, but probably somebody that kneels.
Well, he kneels down to I think, to give a kid a Coke.
Is that what it is?
Yeah,
Is that what it's going to
and
be?
they need a
You
kneeler.
probably have written it. That's probably
Well, they
it.
need a kneeler.
Yeah. So he's maybe going to be, who knows? This might be a big commercial thing
And you have
for
to
him.
audition for that. You got to come in and kneel.
Were you on
You
this
got
call?
to kneel for the producer and the
gotta-
director.
Okay. I won't go there.
Yeah.
Anyway, so that's the latest there for Colin, so maybe he's going to get some work.
Well, let's hope so.
Yeah. Now, what's this Eli Manning thing? He's going to be benched or something. What's this all about?
Look, here's the deal.
He's losing his job as a starting quarterback. It's
You know,
Eli Manning, for God's
when you,
sakes. Can't blame him.
That coach is terrible. The team's playing rotten, and of course,
We picked them last week, and
you
that
have
was terrible.
to focus on something.
Yeah.
And what's interesting is I'm almost positive this coach will be fired after the season.
I think so.
I'm almost positive. I'm not
You're
gonna
pretty
say-
good on these things. We're going to talk about something else in a second here.
Yeah, but the point is, do you allow this coach to effectuate that move with your Hall of Fame quarterback?
Yes, he's a Hall of Famer, for gosh sakes.
He's going to be, eventually. But my point is that that's not the way to handle this deal.
Yeah.
And what they should be doing is they should be, once you get in trouble like this, you just come to practice and you just tell people, we're running the ball every single play. We're going to force you people up front to block and to get down in the dirt and block. And we're going to run and we're going to block. And that's what we're going to do. And then the passing game kind of starts to pop open a little bit and you start working your way back into a pass offense. But once you get down like this, it's a great franchise, and they've been successful.
They signed you, for gosh sakes.
Yes,
the
exactly.
Giants.
They knew what they were doing.
Their owner, John Mara, said, quoting now, maybe the timing of it could have been a little different. I wish I could have been there when that was all going down.
You mean he didn't know?
He was attending the owners' meetings in New York. I guess he did. And he says, what I did not expect, and this was my fault, maybe I was naive, I did not expect Eli to react by saying to go ahead and start the other guys. I understand, especially after speaking with him on Wednesday, I completely understand that that took me by surprise a bit, and maybe I would have handled that a little differently.
Yeah.
So apparently Eli declined an option to start Sunday against the Raiders, and Geno Smith is likely going to be there going on. Anyway, he handed over the reins after 14 seasons and 210 straight consecutive regular season starts. That's something. I've been watching I like the Giants, and it's like I just think the team is in a state of disarray. You think the coach is really a problem there, right?
Clearly.
Yeah.
And the other thing else is if you plan on getting rid of your quarterback,
Right.
Eli Manning, then you're telling the team that they've got to go out and find a new leader,
Yep.
a new champion, and there's this right now signifies that next year they're coming back with somebody else, or they're going to draft somebody. But you don't work out your laundry in front of people. You just simply tell him, look it, get out there and you try to get us some wins here, and we're going to run the ball. We're going to effectuate an offense that's going to help you and help the team, and we'll worry about next year when next year comes. And in the meantime, as soon as the season's over, before the guy leaves the field, you fire the head coach and the entire staff.
Phillip Rivers, normally reserved from the Chargers, said, "I thought it was pathetic." End of quote.
Well, many do.
This is the Mungle All Movies. I'm Matt Mungle. The PG-rated The Man Who Invented Christmas hits theaters November the 22nd, just in time for the holidays. This is the journey that led to Charles Dickens' creation of A Christmas Carol. Dan Stevens stars as Charles Dickens and says this about the film.
And also to look afresh at a great author, somebody who's, you're taught to sort of regard as on a pedestal, and to take a slightly kind of irreverent look at them and realize their humanity and the sense of great humor and comedy.
For interviews and more, head to mungleshow.com. Follow me on Twitter at @themungle.
You're experiencing pain, back pain, shoulder, elbow, or hand pain from a sports injury. If so, schedule a visit with Dr. Michael Sheps, the leading expert in laser therapy for pain management. Call 310-873-4422 or go to drsheps.com. Experience Epic T, the breakthrough laser therapy system that Dr. Sheps developed to make you pain-free in less time. Laser therapy is a non-invasive, safe, and effective in-office procedure that penetrates deep into your skin without damaging the tissue. It perfectly targets areas of pain to promote fast, natural healing. Relax your muscles, ease muscle spasms, joint stiffness, and arthritis pain while increasing blood circulation. For over 25 years, Dr. Sheps has helped Olympic athletes and sports enthusiasts alike get back in the game. Schedule your visit with Dr. Sheps at his Brentwood office in California. Call 310-873-4422 or visit drsheps.com. That's DRSHEPS.com. 310-873-4422.
When you really want Italian food, you've got to get to Columbo's. Columbo's Italian Steakhouse and Jazz Club, Colorado Boulevard, Eagle Rock. It's that little neighborhood place you wish was down the street from you. Seekers of luscious and appetizing gustatorial pursuits, indulge your fancies with steaks so absolutely yum-yum. Vegetarians have forsaken kale and Pilates and never look back. Fish specialties so fresh and delicious and chosen by King Neptune himself, and relish Columbo's Italian family specialties so delectable you'll be yelling out, "Bravo, bravo!" And let's not forget Columbo's world-famous meatballs, and you've got to try their breakfast pizza. Oh, and jazz every night. Service that's friendly, not fawning, and at a price that'll keep you coming back. That's Columbo's, that little neighborhood place you wish was down the street from you. Columbo's, Manja.
Kaanapali Beach Hotel, Maui's Hawaiian Hotel.
Aloha! Experience your home away from home, being beachfront at the Kaanapali Beach Hotel. Begin your getaway, relaxing on over 11 acres of tropical Hawaiian gardens at Hawaii's most Hawaiian hotel, voted Best Aloha Spirit by Hawaii Magazine readers. Just walking around the grounds with all the tropical vegetation, relaxing poolside, or kicking back in the sun on the world-renowned Kaanapali Beach makes you feel like you're home in paradise. There's a package to fit all your needs: wedding, honeymoon, activities, private parties, great food, or just good old beach fun. The hotel perpetuates the Hawaiian tradition at its best. Call 661-0011 or visit kbhmaui.com.
Kaanapali Beach Hotel, Maui's Hawaiian Hotel.
Hi, you lost?
Yes! Medicare is such a maze!
United Healthcare can help.
Is that why you're driving this bulldozer?
Hop in! Choosing a plan doesn't have to be complicated. United Healthcare has the people, tools, and plans to get you through it, including the only Medicare plans with the AARP name.
That was easy.
Need to find a Medicare plan? Get help now at uhcmedicare.com. AARP Medicare plans from United Healthcare. United Healthcare pays royalty fees to AARP. AARP is not an insurer.
There you go. Welcome back here to the Sports Lounge from CRN Digital Talk Radio. I'm Michael Horn. The star of our show is the man. We call him the Sultan of safeties, 2 safeties in one game. In the same quarter, the all-pro defensive end, the acting legend and superstar, the one and only Mr. Fred Dreyer.
There's an asterisk on that record.
Why?
I did it because it was done on real turf.
Real turf.
Yeah.
Not your AstroTurf.
No.
Saw letters of the editor about that. If you missed it, we read them at the beginning of the show. You better listen to it at crntalk.com.
I think go to Facebook. We put it up there.
Yeah, we put it up there, and go to crntalk.com and go check it out. crntalk.com/The Sports Lounge. You can check it out.
Yeah.
Now, college football kind of waning down a little bit, getting ready for bowl games. But once again, the all-seeing, the all-known Sultan, who saw something happening like 2 weeks ago, he was talking about the coaching staff of USC. And now what do you have for us, Sultan? What's going on?
Look, this is a local story, certainly, so for you folks in earshot.
USC.
But it's a national deal because it's centered around the coaching staff at USC,
right?
Todd Helton and his group of people, and I've always said this. The big thing about USC has been that the school's football program is based on the Heisman Trophy going to the quarterback every year. They go out and recruit and try to get the best quarterbacks and the best receivers in the country every single year, every decade. And they've done a pretty good job doing it. They've won a lot of football games doing it. But what's happened is that as time goes on, I think you get away from the things that you should be doing, and that is controlling the line of scrimmage and dominating at the line of scrimmage. USC had all those great running backs, Charles White, O.J. Simpson, what's his name? What's the guy's name anyway? All the great SC running backs.
Mike Garrett.
Mike Garrett, but it's stemmed all the way from Mike Garrett in 1962, and they've had great running backs.
Yes.
And the philosophy was to control the line of scrimmage, force the opposing defenses to play hard at the line of scrimmage and stop you and break your will. And that's still the way to do it. And when you see the Oregons and you see all this. All these offenses, these high-tuned offenses, really dominating the line of scrimmage. A drop-back pass offense, you call plays because you want to score through the air before you want to score on the ground because, it fortifies your philosophy of offense. So what's happened now is at USC, they've lost sight of the line of scrimmage, and I watch very closely that team, that school, and I watch my alma mater, San Diego State, which is doing fantastic. They're 10-2, by the way.
10-2, wow.
And they got Rashad. What's his name? I forgot his name. But they got a great running back there too. But here at USC, what they're now stuck with is they can't seem to get out of and get an offense started, and they've reached a critical mass, and they cannot they don't play well. They're not coached, I believe, to fundamentally and technically control the line of scrimmage, both offensively and defensively. So now the rumbling is that the entire staff will be replaced if they should they not perform very well here in the playoffs. And so That means you've got T. Martin, the offensive coordinator, who was the quarterback at Tennessee. Tennessee's looking for a coach. Perhaps T. Martin will go back to Tennessee, but the rumor is that Pendergrass, the defensive coordinator, who was in the NFL last couple of years, did pretty well in the NFL, but he wants to go back to the NFL. So that staff is probably going to splinter. But if they don't play well in the playoffs, all of them could go. Helton, the head coach,
You think
all the way
everybody
down.
is gone?
And I think they should go down. And here's the other thing. UCLA last week really put the heat on USC here in town by hiring Chip Kelly. And when they hired Chip Kelly, it really defined football here in Southern California between the two schools.
Why do you say that?
Well, Chip Kelly's offense, the way he does it, like he did at Oregon, they're going to put a lot of heat. They're going to be a lot of great athletes. They have a complete different scheme, a different philosophy. They're not necessarily geared toward a quarterback standing back in the pocket and throwing for 400 yards a game and 4 touchdowns. That's not it. It's based on movement, execution, controlling the line of scrimmage, and big play offense. It's a very exciting. It's like Oregon, if you folks remember what Oregon used to be like. So that's what's coming to town, and SC alumni is shaking in their boots. Believe me.
Yeah, and so this is kind of setting the stage for it. I mean, if the coaching staff's on the way out, you never can tell what's going to be coming up for it. We want to get your thoughts on all this, and as always, on every show, and we haven't done so here, you can give your thoughts to Fred on Twitter. Go to Fred_Dryer. That's his handle on Twitter, Fred_DRYER. You can go to Facebook.com/TheRealFredDryer, and you can email him at FredDryer@CRNTalk.com, FredDryer@CRNTalk.com. And don't forget his new website that's out there for you, FredDryer.co. That's FredDryer.co. Will take care of all that for you as well, too. So we got all that. That's good. That's going to be coming up for you. All right, now, we're straight ahead here. Football-wise, we got that taken care of. Can we talk a little baseball? We got some salaries to negotiate possibly after the World Series?
Yes, by all means. I think this is an exciting part of the baseball season for me because you're getting close here the next week or two, 10 days perhaps, with the owners' meetings. I think it's going to be in Houston this year, but you're now starting to get into trades and moves that I find very interesting.
Really?
Yeah.
That Stanton guy is people who want
Giancarlo.
You like him?
He's a local boy here, Notre Dame High School.
Oh, that's right,
Sherman
Notre Dame
Oaks,
High.
Sherman
So
Oaks.
if he returned to Southern California,
he wants to come here.
He wants to come to the
But
Dodgers.
he's got 2 years left at like $23-24 million a year, and Dodgers don't want to have to give up their big pitchers to get him.
Yeah, that's
but
tough.
He would be
so he might end up at the
fantastic.
Giants. What if he
Well,
goes?
you can't let him do that.
What are you going to do with your old car? You can try selling it, you could junk it, or you could donate it to Heritage for the Blind. Your car will be towed away for free, and your donation is tax deductible. Just call 1-800-785-9618. Heritage for the Blind accepts cars, vans, trucks, and boats. It doesn't matter if your vehicle runs or not. It will be towed away for free, and you'll be supporting those that need help. Heritage for the Blind is a nonprofit organization that helps the visually impaired live fuller lives. Call right now to donate your car, and as a special thank you for calling, you'll receive a free 3-day vacation voucher to many exciting locations. Call Heritage for the Blind right now, 1-800-785-9618. Donating is easy, and your vehicle is towed away for free. Plus, you'll get a free vacation voucher. Call now, 1-800-785-9618. That's 1-800-785-9618.
The smartest way for you to get the lowest prices on your plane tickets, domestic or international, is to call SmartFares, first or last, but you've got to call us before you book your plane tickets. Fly anywhere in the world, fly anywhere in the U.S., and SmartFares can save you up to 75% on your plane tickets. We have the lowest airline ticket prices on over 500 airlines, and you've got a great 12 12-hour free cancellation window. Plus, with our live agent help, you can always get fast help and fast answers. So on your next trip, maybe today, maybe tomorrow, how about right now? Pick up your phone and call SmartFares, plus save up to 75% on your plane reservation. So call right now. 800-915-2644. 800-915-2644. 800-915-2644. 800-915-2644.
Back in the Sports Lounge, yours truly, Michael Horn, along with the star of our show, Fred Dreyer. And Fred, you're talking about, already talking about coaching replacements for college football. So who will USC hire if they get rid of the coaching staff?
Well, that's the deal.
What's the deal?
SC has always been, we got to go to an alumnus. We've got to go into the coaching ranks and get an ex-USC guy.
They always say that,
and that's been disastrous for people. If you look back on the last since John Robinson left, you look back on all that. They went outside and they went to a guy that the alumni said, "What are you doing?" That was Pete Carroll, and guess what? So he brings the program back like nobody has ever done it before. Yeah. And then after that, they went to Sarkisian, then they went to Kiffin, then they went to all these ex-SC guys, and and then they also went. And hired a bunch of other people in-house, which, okay, fine, but is that as far as your imagination can take you? They've got to go out and get someone who just comes in and says, we're going to dispel all of this philosophy and all of the history of what USC football is. I'll define what it is. And here's what we're going to do. You get someone up there who's just going to run the ball. I'm going to tell you something. I watched the Stanford game when John Harbaugh took over Stanford and came to the Coliseum and ran Pete Carroll out of the Coliseum.
Really?
With 3 tight ends, single back, and brought the off guard up and around on the defensive left end for the Trojans.
Yeah.
And they ran them. They just powered them. And Pete and those guys never made an adjustment. I keep talking about at the line of scrimmage, how do you protect the edges? And most of the schools today protect them with stand-up linebackers instead of down defensive linemen. And that is a big difference. The point of attack is a big difference, and USC loses the point of attack constantly. They beat the teams they should beat because they got great athletes and they score some points, and they do have a good offensive line, but you can't lose, to Utahs. You can't lose to teams that you should beat, and you go back and you do the autopsy on these losses, and you find out that here you are, faced with the dilemma of having to push people off the ball, which is the name of the game, and SC has been very poor at that. They got a great running back in this guy Jones, Ronnie Jones. Give him the ball for 30 times, 35 times a game. Make the opposing defenses play at the line of scrimmage, and they don't do it. And I would run. I see a linebacker coming over, or a safety coming over at the end of the line of scrimmage. I would, right off tackle, I would run at that guy all day long. That's what I would do. I would force my will upon these people at the line of scrimmage.
Now, have you ever, in your thought process, thought about coaching? I mean, you were a color commentator, you, of course, the big acting legend, and all that. But hey, you got a lot of thoughts and processes here. You analyze these games. You would go old school if you took over some place.
I know what I'm doing.
I know. You ever thought about it?
Well, look, I'm 70 years old, so nobody.
Well,
nobody's going to hire me. So,
I'd hire you if I had a team.
Well, of course you would. But that's because
Bum Phillips. How old was old Bum Phillips? Good ball team, good ball.
Well, we're both alcoholics, so we would work
good
well
ball
together.
Team, good ball club.
Well, that's the way to go on it, boys. Get it up in there.
Good ball team, good ball club.
Oh, Big Blue, that's the way to go.
You'd be kind of salty, I think. You'd be great as
No, I wouldn't. But I would
You would
teach
get-
these
you'd
guys.
get upset with them,
I would
though.
show them how common sense rules the day. It's just common sense. You
Yeah.
got big guys, 6'5", 290 pounds. You got big guys who can run, who can think, who are sharp and young, got great bodies. And they have to learn how to use their hands and have the discipline to look and have patience at the line of scrimmage. I don't see it.
You don't see it, do you? You don't see the patience is not there.
No, it's not like I'm picking on somebody, but they're the Hotown team, and I root for them. And you know, Marlon McKeever and I used to go over to see Pete Carroll every once in a while over on a Monday after a big game, and they were really going great. They had Reggie Bush and all these guys, and Leinart and all these guys, and they were just pounding people up. And it was just a simple case of we're going to run this kid up the middle between the tackles. We're going to run him and run him and run him. Then we're going to dump the ball off. We're dump the football off a little bit. But they had a pacing, and the pacing is set not by pass protection. Pacing is set by run blocking. It's run blocking that sets the pace and the heartbeat for the team.
And if you set the pace, you can win the game
Well,
because
of
now you're
course.
in control of the game, right?
Yeah, you're not. Anyway.
So it's the run blocking that sets the pace. Then is that what you?
Yeah. McKeever was a linebacker and a tight end. He was at USC. He's a big alum in there, and he passed away here several years ago. And he was a good friend. And
Marlon
we used
McKeever,
to
one of
go
the
over.
greats.
Yeah, we used to go over there. The McKeever twins, remember?
Yeah.
We used to go over there and see Pete and hang around and watch what they were doing and ask some questions here and there. You got to be careful when you ask coaches questions.
Why?
Well, because they can interpret it a different way.
They get a little ticked off.
Well, you just don't want to. You just say, "Hey, I'm glad to be here, Pete, and thanks for having us, and great to see practice, and great to see the coaches in the film room and all that stuff." And then
Gotcha.
and then you move on.
You never asked them why
Yeah,
you
yeah,
didn't do
wish
this
him
or
well.
that or
yeah,
whatever.
You wish him
know.
well. And I did talk to one of the coaches over there a little bit about controlling the line of scrimmage. He kind of looked at me and went, yeah, that's right. Yeah. I mean, they all know, but they all have an interpretation of how to do it themselves.
We'll be back. It's the Sports Lounge with the one and only Fred Dreyer. I'm Michael Horn, right here from CRN. CRN listeners, when you come to Southern California, stop by a great restaurant, the Dresden Restaurant at 1760 North Vermont Avenue in Hollywood. Enjoy great entertainment, like the music of the legendary Marty and Elaine at the world-famous Dresden Restaurant. The Dresden was the location for the making of the movie Swingers. Now you can swing with stars Marty and Elaine. Plus, enjoy great food, too, like French onion soup, artichoke hearts, and many other great appetizers. Seafood, there's salmon, shrimp scampi, New Zealand orange roughy, halibut, Lake Superior whitefish, and specialties like veal marsala, piccata, and parmigiana. Plus, we've got a great roast rack of lamb, chicken piccata, and cordon bleu, and pasta dishes, too. Steaks, filet, New York, Chateaubriand for two. Much more, too, including pork chops, prime rib of beef, and an incredibly extra large cut of prime rib. It's the Dresden Restaurant, open for lunch Monday through Saturday and dinner Monday through Sunday. Check us out at 1760 North Vermont Avenue or call 323-665-4294.
How old are you? 25, 35, 50, or older? If you have pain, we can help. Do your knees hurt?
Ow!
Let me ask you again. Are your knees killing you?
Oh, yeah. Are they ever?
What about your back? When you bend over, does it feel like this? How about when you get out of bed in the morning? If you're like me, your knees and back feel like this.
Oh, that hurts.
I found a company called the Pain Relief Hotline. They specialize in ways to treat your knee, back, and neck pain without surgery or taking medications. The good news is if you have insurance, you may have little or no cost or out-of-pocket expense. I've used them. It works. Call the Pain Relief Hotline now for free information. 800-309-2677. 800-309-2677. Call now. 800-309-2677. That's 800-309-2677.
Do you want to fly somewhere, anywhere in the world? Smart travelers call myflightsearch.com for the best deals on flight tickets. Going to Manila, Bangkok, London, how about Singapore? Call myflightsearch.com for the lowest flight tickets available. What about a local vacation? Let's say you want to fly to Vegas, Orlando, Miami, Los Angeles, or Denver. Pick up the phone and call myflightsearch.com right now. We have exclusive deals that you can't find anywhere else. The only way you can get these low airline prices is by calling us. We have so many low prices available, we can't possibly tell them to you right here and now. If you're flying somewhere anytime in the next 6 months and you want the lowest airline ticket prices anywhere, you owe it to yourself to save a ton of money. So pick up your cell phone and call myflightsearch.com right now.
Call 800-445-3166. 800-445-3166. That's 800-445-3166. Call now. 800-445-3166.
Disturbing news coming during that break from Fred Dreyer. Let's talk a little baseball here.
Opt out.
Who's going to opt out, do you think?
Well, I mean, it's in his contract, Kershaw's contract.
Clayton Kershaw may opt out?
That he could opt out.
He could?
There's a chance he could do that. Maybe he wants to go back to Texas and spend the
I don't know, because the Houston Astros, who won the World Series, $438,901.57 bonus check to each and every one of those
God
players.
bless them.
That's the highest in league history. The Giants in 2014 got $392,000. But the Astros, the Dodgers, don't feel bad for them. They made about $260,000 each, $259,722.14. And the New York Yankees got $138,000. The Cubs $133,000. The Diamondbacks $40,000. The Red Sox $36,000. Cleveland $36,000. Washington $36,000. Rockies $18,000, and the Twins $18,000. That's a little bit of a payout there.
You know what I got for my Super Bowl loss?
What'd you get?
$7,500.
That's it?
Yeah.
What is wrong with those numbers? I'll tell you. Here's a deal. Carlos Beltran, I guess he's through being a player, and he interviewed to be the manager, possibly, of the New York Yankees. Come on, the Yankees? With all their great managers, you would have Carlos Beltran as the manager? What do you think? Has he got that baseball knowledge? Is he baseball savvy? What do you think, Fred Dreyer?
I have no idea. All I know is that didn't the
9-time All-Star.
Didn't the Red Sox hire Joey Cora?
I believe so.
You know, he was the bench coach for Houston.
Yeah, Beltran won his first World Series title with Houston this season. He would leave now and become a manager. That Astros manager, A.J. Hinch, is he going to be manager of the year, do you think, turning the Astros around?
Well, didn't he already win that?
I think so.
No, you know who won?
Who won it?
The Arizona coach.
Oh. Anyway, so Beltran met with the Yankee Stadium over there. They also, the bench coach Rob Thompson, former Cleveland Seattle manager Eric Wedge, San Francisco bench coach Hensley Mullins, former big league third baseman Aaron Boone, and Chris Woodward, the Dodgers third base coach, was also, they've been interviewed for the job with the Yankees. Chris Woodward, he's the guy that sends them in, rolls that arm around.
Third base coach?
Yeah. I don't think you want to lose that guy. He seems pretty good. I like that guy. Dodgers, Dave Roberts put together a pretty good coaching staff over there. Do you think the Dodgers will sign Darvish back to the starting rotation?
I think they've seen enough of you. I think they've seen enough.
Why do you say that?
Well, because it's clear that you, under pressure, has no command.
Really?
Well, don't you think?
Yeah, he lost 2 games. You can't lose 2 games.
You cannot put this guy. You can't trade for a guy like that and say, "Look, we're trading for you, guy, because we got to get ready for the World Series, and we want you to dominate because you're going to be the second pitcher behind Kershaw." You cannot give him 2 starts in the World Series and have him pitch that bad.
He was telegraphing those pitches.
Well, I don't know if it's telegraphed. I don't think his problem was telegraphing.
I could tell. I don't know if you saw the game or not, but when just before his lineup, he'd go, fastball, and then he'd throw the pitch.
Yeah, I thought you were going to say he was winking.
Curve.
But you can't give that guy the baseball and have him go out there and throw like that.
That's true.
I mean, that's, you got to pull the guy. I mean, I would have. And guess what? Based on that, I'd have never. Based on the Game 3, I'd have never, ever started him on Game 7 here in L.A. I'd have never started him.
Do you want to be manager of a baseball team now, too, besides coaching in the NFL? You'd be good in either one. You're a former baseball player. A lot of people don't know you're a former pitcher.
Yeah.
Who'd you pitch for? Long Beach?
Lawndale High School.
Lawndale High School.
Yeah, whatever that was.
Hey, don't forget to follow Fred on Twitter, Fred_Dryer, Facebook.com/The Real Fred Dryer. Email him, FredDryer@CRNTalk.com, and go to his website, Highway 395. The new movie is up there at FredDryer.co.
Which was most appropriate because that was your theme.
Are you tired of hearing your favorite talk radio show sound like this? What if you could hear your favorite shows in crystal clear, high-definition digital sound? Well, with CRN Digital Talk Radio's 6 channels of high-definition radio, you can now hear all of your favorite hosts like you've never heard them before in CRN HD. The difference is amazing. Catch your favorite political hosts like Dennis Prager, Tom Hartman,